JIT-TV, just in time.
Sanbonan Babugile Makaya, and a very warm welcome to JIT-TV News, where we bring you nothing but politics, business, sports, and entertainment all in one experience. Igama lami Andile Gugulethu, intombi yakwacindi uMahlaba. Let's take a look at your headlines for today. New Robert Gabriel Mugabe International Airport Terminal set to open. Zimplats commissions $133 million plant. Russian lawmakers gives initial approval of LGBTQ plus community bill. Sikandar Zara gives brilliant match at Dakashinga Sports Club as they prepare for ICC Cricket World Cup qualifier. Now, the $153 million expansion of Robert Gabriel Mugabe International Airport is now complete and is expected to be commissioned on the 13th of July as the Second Republic continues delivering key projects in line with President Mnangagwa's vision of attaining an upper middle income economy by 2030. The RGM International Airport is expected to be landed over to the Airports Company of Zimbabwe by the contractor China Jiangsu International RGM Airport Project anytime this month, while the refurbishment of another terminal area is set to be finished by December. Now, human rights activist Kumi Naidoo and Extinction Rebellion climate activist Malik Dessou were forcibly removed from Standard Bank's headquarters in Johannesburg on Monday after protesting against the bank's involvement in the East Africa crude oil pipeline project. The ECOOP project plans to build a pipeline in 2025 spanning 1,400 kilometers across East Africa that will transport crude oil from Uganda to Tanzania. Based on several human rights and environmental impact assessments, the project will be the world's largest heated crude oil pipeline, but will not service local energy demand, as the oil will be transported out of Africa, according to the Stop ECOOP campaign.
So, Standard Bank is one of the main financial advisors to the East African crude oil pipeline project. And in that, they are actively raising funds to see the construction of this pipeline, which is incredibly destructive, incredibly devastating. It hasn't been built as yet, but in the stage of the process that they are at, thousands of families have already been relocated. They've lost their land, they've lost their livelihood. There have been numerous reports of human rights violations, including arrests and abuses and attacks on defenders. And so fundamentally we are here to say that we cannot allow this. We cannot accept that Standard Bank plays such a damaging role across the African continent, destroying communities, destroying environments, and destroying our prospects for real prosperous, free and sustainable futures and societies for our children and for the world at large.
JIT-TV, just in time.
Building the brand. This is where you have to be to get where you want to be. Exploring companies and businesses that are thriving and leading is what we are all about. I am Mazimpofu, your host, that will be bringing to you big cooperatives and relevant people that will be sharing with you their journeys of successes, failures, and lessons learned in their businesses, from humble beginnings to global success. Catch me, Mazimpofu, on Building the Brand.
JIT-TV, just in time.
Let's quickly take a look now at your African news for today. Now, 8 Kenyan police officers were killed when their vehicle was destroyed by an improvised explosion device in a suspected attack by Somalia-based rebel group Al-Shabaab, police said. The incident took place on Tuesday in Garissa country in eastern Kenya, a region on the border with Somalia, where Al-Shabaab has been waging a bloody rebellion against the federal government in Magoshidu for more than 15 years. The attack came only days after Ethiopia said it foiled a suicide attack by the group in the border town of Dolo. In one of the worst recent attacks, 54 Ugandan peacekeepers were killed when Al-Shabaab fighters stormed an AU base in Somalia on 28 May, according to Uganda's President Yoweri Museveni. And now on to the international news for today. Now, Russian lawmakers gave initial approval Wednesday to a bill that would outlaw gender transitioning procedures in yet another blow to the country's beleaguered LGBTQ plus community. Senior lawmaker Mr. Tolstoy, who is among the bill's sponsors, said it is intended to protect Russia with its cultural and family values and traditions, and stop the infiltration of Western anti-family ideology. The only option for those seeking to transition through medical care or changing their gender in documents would have to leave the country. Neither medical nor legal transitioning will be positive without changing the country of residence. The bill must receive 3 readings by Russia's lower house of parliament, the State Duma, but doubt it will approve as 400 members of the 450-seat house signed it, including the leaders of all political sanctions. Now, the Gold Mafia documentary became televised on the Al Jazeera channel.
Nonsensical documentary, a racist propaganda tool.
They have a right to sell their gold anywhere. In fact, I encourage Mnangagwa, bust the sanctions.
The government of Zimbabwe is incurring no risk, but it receives the tax.
Please wake up to the reality and the real scam that's taking place here.
Nothing but the best interesting stories and the hottest ones on The Alternative View.
The revolution shall be televised.
Let's get down now to the business side of news. Now, platinum producer Zimplats is expected to commission its 3rd plant concentrator, which is a part of its $1.8 billion expansion drive. Zimplats' program, approved and adopted in 2021, comprised 9 projects in Gezi, including the concentrator, and will be implemented over a 10-year period. The plant will process the group metals, ore including platinum, palladium, radium, amongst others. At least 70 constructors are working on the Zimplats undertaking of a $1.8 billion expansion program, which includes the development of a Mopani mine to replace Rugodzi and Ngwarati mines, of which the total cost of the projects will be $388 million. Now, after large gains throughout Wednesday, the rand retreated slightly after the U.S. Federal Reserve indicated it expects more hikes this year. AFP reported that the U.S. Central Bank, as expected, opted to hold its benchmark, lending the rate between 5.0 and 5.25%. But the latest forecast from policymakers indicated strong support for 2 more hikes in 2023. Rates may likely raise another half of a point by the end of this year as the Fed tries to cool inflation.
Welcome to Zambezi River Lodge, Victoria Falls. Nestled on the banks of the mighty Zambezi River, right on the edge of the national park, Zambezi occupies the most unique and finest spot with the tranquility and seclusion every traveler seeks. Each of its well-appointed rooms is either garden or river facing, allowing you to soak in the serenity of the environment. The award-winning restaurant Amlonga offers delectable cuisine, which includes our famous high teas. To explore Victoria Falls from this fine location, book any of our packages now. Zambezi River Lodge. Relax, refresh, replenish.
And now on to your JIT-TV News weather report. finally, on to your sports news for today. Now, all-rounder Sikandar Raza smashed a brilliant century before excelling with the ball as Zimbabwe warmed up for the upcoming ICC Cricket World Cup qualifier with a victory over Manoz Oman in a high-scoring match at Takashenga Sports Club on Tuesday. The Chevrons posted 3-6-7-6 in the allotted overs, but could not entirely stamp authority in the match after following the Middle East side to rally back to the 339 all-out runs in 49.4 overs. Raza's innings was the highlight for Zimbabwe after the all-rounder plotted 109 runs and 66 balls before retiring out to give the other batsmen a chance. The 37-year-old, who is expected to be one of the key players for the host, struck seven fours and as many sixes on Tuesday.
In terms of the venues, the playing fields, we are ready, 100%. I think we're going to have another fantastic event similar to what we had in 2018 or even better. We've gone through the Pakistan tournament where we played 6 one-day games to try and prepare them. They are ready. I can tell you they're ready. I think they are ready to go. We should rally behind them and ensure that they give us a positive result.
And that is all from me to you. A huge thank you for joining me today. As always, kindly please comment and follow us to all our social media platforms at Twitter, Facebook and Instagram, or rather you can go to our website at www.JIT-TVzw. Signing out, it is Andile Guguletu. Have yourselves a wonderful day.
JIT-TVzw, just in time. The revolution shall be televised.